Not Esmond here for Winners and Winers, trying to make you a better. And boy, if you followed my advice last week in the XFL, you know how many tickets you would have lost? Zero. 100% for last week. And that's me in the XFL. I've been doing pretty well in hockey lately too, and I'm going to be adding some baseball into the mix. And the guy that has been hot on the hardwood joins us here, David Delano. Hey, David.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah,
Uh,
Major League Baseball opening day, college basketball winding down, and NBA is about to be in the playoffs pretty soon. So a lot going on right now.
yep. Let's talk about the game of the week first. Last week in the XFL, Defenders and Roughnecks. Boy, that game started out. The Roughnecks scored, and I don't do a lot of live betting. Okay, I kind of analyze my game and I go, okay, here we are. When the Roughnecks scored to go up 8-0, the Defenders went from -3 to +8.
Wow.
Like, okay, I'll buy that. And then I also took them on the money line +150 or something, because when the Roughnecks scored that first touchdown, it completely flipped the odds. And I was like, well, that's dumb. Defenders are still the better team. And sure enough, it ends up Defenders 37, Roughnecks 26, but it really wasn't that close. The Roughnecks weren't in the game for most of it, right?
No, I was on that one as well. Not live, but I had the Defenders before the game
-2.5.
started. But that's a drastic that's a drastic swing. It shows the books are really still a little confused with the XFL. Because if you like a team minus, if you have a team set as a 3-point favorite, the other teams in the NFL can score first all the time. You wouldn't think it would be an 11-point swing like that.
I don't know if it was an anomaly or what, but I just happened to be watching it and I'm like, that's really dumb. So I jumped on it and I ended up cashing 3 tickets on that game. The -2.5, the money line when it went +150, and then the +8. So after, and it's funny, it was like right after I placed those bets, the Defenders scored. And then
Yeah,
the odds flipped back again.
with
Um,
heck.
so you got to be opportunistic there. By the way, the Roughnecks are not nearly as good as we thought they were, are they?
Well, I mean, we'll find out. They're back at home this week. They've got a big game. I think right now DC is the class of the XFL, and then with the Sea Dragons, the Battlehawks, and the Roughnecks, I'm not sure who the second best team is in there, but I'd still put the Roughnecks right in that group. They're just along with everybody else clearly behind DC, and then you've got the Brahmas
Well,
in that lower tier along with the Renegades, and then you've got the Guardians and the Vipers just at the bottom. So I see right now the XFL as being really 4 tiers of teams with the Defenders being the only team in that top tier.
it's really unfortunate that the Battlehawks and the Sea Dragons are both in the same division as the Defenders, because either the Renegades, Brahmas, either the Renegades or the Brahmas are going to sneak into the playoffs from that XFL South, and they suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so whoever I think right now you're going to have the Defenders and the Roughnecks definitely in the playoffs, and then I would go Battlehawks and Renegades, just because the Renegades have a 1 game better record than the Brahmas, and the Guardians are obviously 0-6. See ya. Bye
Their
bye.
offense is getting better though, at least
It
one thing
is,
to keep an eye on.
but it's too late. The
Yeah.
best they can be is 2-6.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're not making the playoffs. The Vipers are 1-5. They're not making the playoffs. But unfortunately, somebody from the South, probably the Battlehawks, is going to get to play the Renegades, and the Renegades are going to get blown off. I mean, that is going to be an awful playoff game. that game is going to stink.
Yeah.
So there's that. All right. I don't do a lot of unders, but the Brahmas had played the Renegades the week before, and I think they scored like 22 points in that game. And then the Brahmas played the Renegades again, and the over-under in that game was 33. And in my video on the XFL, I told everybody to take the under 33 in that game. There's no reason to expect they're going to score more points than they did when they played previously. And sure enough, final score, Brahmas 15, Renegades 9 for a total of 24, and the under easily cashed. You love the unders in the XFL, don't you?
No, I wouldn't say that
Not
I love
anymore,
them. Early on when the totals were low, I liked the overs.
right?
Right now maybe looking more, towards the unders. Now we're starting to see beginning of the season we were seeing totals, 35 to 38. Now we're starting to see more totals in the mid 40s. But yeah, there's been some outside of those top few teams. I mean, the Brahmas and the Renegades, any game that
Can't
they're
score.
involved in, along with the Vipers,
They
I
can't
just don't
score.
trust those teams to contribute to the scoring.
Sea Dragons beat the Guardians. That game went off at Orlando plus 9.5. And I didn't take the Guardians because I love the Guardians. I just don't think the Sea Dragons are that much better.
Well, I mean, they're on a 4-game winning streak now. They could possibly be the second best team. Time will tell. I mean,
Toes in
if
the
you don't think
foot.
the Sea Dragons are too good, you probably don't think anybody's that good other than the Defenders.
Well, I like the Defenders and the Battle Hawks the best right now. The Sea Dragons make too many mistakes. They have a prolific offense. They don't play very good defense. And, they give up a lot of stupid plays, blown coverages, inopportune penalties. They should be a lot better than they are, but they're sort of the Raiders of the XFL. They just can't hold leads, and they make all kinds of critical errors. Anyway, they beat the Guardians, but did not cover. So there's that. So we've covered. All right, that's the Defenders. Where is the results of the Battlehawks game? I've got it in
Oh,
here.
the Battlehawks beat the Vipers like 29 to 6. That was actually I did 2 free picks last week that I hit, and then I had a premium, which was
There it
actually
is.
that Battlehawks Vipers. So I thought that the Vipers would. I thought that was going to be a little bit more of a high scoring game. I thought the Vipers would maybe get at least 2 touchdowns and not one, but the Battlehawks just destroyed them. The Vipers do not look. I don't like insulting coaches, but Rod Woodson out there, I don't know. He looks like he just doesn't know what's going on, man. He
Well,
looks like the game's a little over his head.
yeah,
Great player, but
yeah, and him calling anybody stupid. Wade Phillips calling any other coach in the league stupid now looks really stupid because he's not looking that much better than these other coaches. When he started playing the better teams, he started losing. All right. That's your week in review for the XFL. David Delano, we appreciate you joining us. I'm Loud Esmond. We're brought to you by No House Advantage. Put in WNW as your code. And, get some bonus money. And who doesn't love bonus money? All right, David, thank you. Remember, hit the bell, like, and subscribe. Do all those things. I'm Loud Esmond, trying to make you a better.